Welcome to College Candids by Campus Bound. This is UMass Amherst.
To start, could you give us an overview of your school?
UMass Amherst is the state of Massachusetts' state flagship public school. So we are the largest public school in Massachusetts. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're the largest college in Massachusetts, period. We have around 23,000 undergraduate students and 6,000 grads. One thing we always talk about in our info sessions is that we do a lot of work to kind of create smaller communities within a larger community. So even though that can sound a little bit intimidating, what it really just means is that there's a lot of variety and opportunity and options at UMass. We have over 100 different academic majors you can choose from, including a build your own major program. It's really common for students to do double majors or a major minor, pre-professional track, certificate. Socially, we have lots of options too. We have over 300 different clubs and organizations you can choose from. We have 19 Division I sports, 5 different residential neighborhoods that each kind of have their own vibe, and 4 great dining halls. We always love to brag about our #1 dining. So if you do have a chance to come visit, you definitely have to grab something to eat at UMass Dining.
And do you have 3 words or phrases that you would use to describe the student body?
One thing that we really like to highlight about our students is that they are very curious and they love to learn. So there's so much going on at UMass. As I said, we're a research school. One of the things that means is that all of our professors are required to be doing research and publishing in their field, whether that's a STEM field or something, even like poetry. People are doing research, figuring out what's happening kind of next in the field, or a unique project about something that's happening on the other side of the world, and students can get involved with that. So students come here are very curious and love to learn. Another word I would use to describe our students, maybe 2 words, is innovative and independent. So it's not just about what's already happened that you want to learn out of the textbook, but thinking about, what are the jobs that are going to exist 10, 15, 20 years from now, and what kind of skills do we need to learn now to make that happen? So students are very forward thinking in that way, creative. And then the last word I would choose is actually varied, because there is so much variety among our student body. There's really not just one kind of student who chooses UMass. We have students, again, from all over the world, but students from, studying all different kinds of majors, bringing their own perspectives, their own kind of like things that they like to do outside of the classroom, their own passions. So just a lot of variety, meaning that any student can come here and kind of find people that they connect with and sort of like find a place at UMass.
Other than taking the college tour, what are 2 or 3 other things that you think are important for students to do on a campus if they're hoping to really get a feel for what it might be like to be a student there?
A common and good piece of advice is to spend some time just hanging out in a common area on campus, whether that's a dining hall or the lobby of the library or student center, and just kind of like observing, people watching, seeing how students interact with each other, looking at the flyers that are on the wall about the events that are coming up. I definitely recommend picking up a student newspaper or magazine and kind of reading through that, because that can give you a little bit more of that like unfiltered view of the student experience. There are ways to kind of get that online too, whether that's like asking to be connected to a current student, maybe in a major or club that you're interested in, checking out like the social media pages and just kind of seeing, what's going on with those and what people are talking about in the comments. So trying to get a little bit more of that unfiltered, like right from the student perspective is really valuable when you're thinking about making a decision.
Is there something in particular that makes an essay resonate with you or your fellow admissions officers?
The essay that you most want to write is the essay that we are going to most enjoy reading. If you enjoy writing it, we'll enjoy reading it. And I know for some people, enjoying writing an essay might be a bit of a stretch, but what that really means is write about what you are inspired to write about and kind of gets you excited about, putting pen to paper or, fingers to keyboard, because that's going to come through in your writing, that sense of excitement that you have about the topic that you've chosen. So don't think about what we want to read. We really don't have something, in particular, a topic that we want to see versus not see. The topic that will be the strongest is the one that you care the most about.